All right, and then of course the question of the day, #FullView. Tell us how you're being affected by water outages or water cuts. We've been focusing on the situation in Gauteng and of course various water issues across South Africa. The recent water outages and cuts in Gauteng have been devastating for some residents and patients have not been spared. So earlier we spoke to our correspondent Nozintombi Miya. She was at an Auckland Park Hospital. Now she's at Charlotte Makeke Hospital in Parktown in Johannesburg. Nozintombi, earlier you were saying that it was a desperate situation. What is the situation at Charlotte Makeke?
Yeah, thank you so much, Francis. It really is a desperate situation at Helen Joseph. The nurses that we spoke to who were leaving the facility at the time had told us how the wards, the hospitals, the toilets in the wards were clogged up. So that was quite a dire situation. But nonetheless, we've moved from Helen Joseph. We're currently standing here at Charlotte Makeke. It is change of shift, so you'll see behind me a number of security guards walking into the hospital and some of them walking out of here. The situation here at Charlotte Makeke is that this is one of the hospitals that were exempt from load shedding. And they do have access to load shedding, but they also do have generators. But the water problem continues to persist. And I have a patient with me here. He just got discharged this evening or this afternoon. And he said that he's had an incident with the issue around water here at Charlotte Makeke. His name is Warren de Bruin. Warren de Bruin, thank you so much for speaking to me and for joining me. You were initially admitted last week. Tell me what happened.
I was admitted last week and I spent Monday night in the ward, and then Tuesday during the day everything was like normal. And then only to be told later that afternoon that they're booking me out later that evening because there seems to be a problem. They didn't explain to me what the problem was. They just told me that I need to, they've rescheduled me for the following Monday.
Yeah. And the problem, obviously, it wasn't you. The problem was the facility. There was a problem in the facility.
There was definitely something going wrong.
Do you suspect it was the water?
I don't want to put my... No, I wouldn't say it was the water, no. Because, I was in the ward Monday and Tuesday, and they had running water. Yeah.
So the problem, however, when you were admitted again this week, was the power. That was the problem this week.
Yeah, the power glitched. I was there for 2 days. The power glitched 3 or 4 times, but it goes off for a couple of seconds and immediately comes on. I would say in a space of about 5 seconds, and then it will come back on.
That must have been quite scary.
No, not really. I was right by the window.
So you had some light.
Yeah.
As a patient here, how do you feel about the fact that you're hearing not just in hospitals here, but in a lot of public hospitals, there's problems with electricity and water. How do you think that's something that should be resolved?
Yeah, well, I think the whole water crisis is something that we all need to be alarmed about, and I think something needs to be done about it. At the end of the day, people come to hospitals for help. And if there's no water in the hospitals, then that is a serious crisis. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Warren. I'm going to let you go. I see you still have your tags. Don't forget to cut off your tags when you do get home. Francis, Warren de Bruin here, a patient that was just released from the hospital, just giving us some of his insights about the water situation here. He says last week he was admitted for about a half a day and discharged later that day because there was a problem at the hospital. And this week when he was admitted, there was some intermittent power problems. So the issue around public hospitals and the crisis of water and electricity, it does seem to be a challenge to some hospitals more than others. Francis?
And of course, yeah, we know that 3, specifically in Gauteng, were severely affected. It doesn't sound too bad where you are, but of course, a concern for patients and concern about the future if some are struggling already. Thank you very much, the SABC's reporter Nozintombi Miya.